We're at the business end of the season now. It's round 19 and one of the greatest players of all time wore it with pride for Hawthorn Football Club. And that's the chief, Jason Dunstall. He's instrumental in getting Alistair Clarkson to the club and also the most famous full forward that's ever played for the Hawthorn Football Club. His record, Jason Dunstall, 1,254 goals from just 269 games. Unbelievable in grand finals. His ability to hit the ball at top speed on the lead and then go back and kick goals is amazing.
I just think his first, the explosion in the first 5 steps to get that split, and you'd be able to speak about how important that is, Lordo, but also magnificent set shot for goal as well.
Says a lot about the Hawthorn Footy Club, doesn't it? I mean, you categorise them as the best full forward Hawthorn's ever had, and sort of they had Peter Hudson as well.
Yeah. So some would argue that, but just on the rest of his record, 3 Colemans, 4 premierships, 4 best and fairest, 12-time leading goal kicker Jason Dunstall, and one of the smartest footy brains now going.
Good footy brain, and never been more popular, Chief, too, at the moment.
Good tennis player, Brownie.
Really good tennis player as well. Still sharp off the mark.
What do you mean he's never been more popular?
Well, people love him. People just love the Chief, whether it's the show they do on a Sunday night, The Bounce. They love the Chief. Let's head to now Michael O'Loughlin, great number 19 player. He was brilliant, Michael O'Loughlin, just silky, skilled. He was a 2-time All-Australian, 300 games. He kicked over 500 goals, premiership player, Hall of Fame and an Indigenous Team of the Century. I think one of the great moments was when he kicked that goal over in Perth against West Coast and gave it to the crowd. He was just silky. Obviously had a great affiliation with Barry Hall as that 1-2 for the Sydney Swans. This is the moment. That was right up in the grill. So Mickey O'Loughlin, what a great player he was. Just bums on seats. You had to watch him.
He was, you're right. I could watch Mickey O's highlights all day long. And one of the great blokes.
Yes. Part of that Sydney era, like in the rivalry between them and West Coast, we saw some vision there. So it's sad to see where West Coast are at the moment, because that was a game you set your clock to.
So round 19 moments, would you believe this? Tony Lockett against Fitzroy in 1995. He actually kicked 16 goals straight, and through this period he kicked 28 goals straight through a period of a couple of weeks. He went nuts. So he would have kicked more and broke the record, but the coach had to say, come on, Plugger, come have a break.
Well, there was a confusion about it, Lloydie. Barassi took him off, and there was a confusion as to whether he was injured or needed some treatment, but then they just forgot he was on the bench, and it would have cost him the record.
Yeah, so is the record Fred Fanning with 18?
18. Yeah. Chief got 17.
It was out at Waverley, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, Tony Modra, you spoke about Tony Modra a little earlier about being just an absolute excitement machine for not just the Adelaide Crows, but the competition in general. I mean, he was born to be a high-flying full forward, this bloke. He was just what the Adelaide Crows needed. He was a pin-up boy and backed it up with his efforts. And when he chalked up in 93 his 100th goal...
I ran out, TJ. So just in the corner there, we travelled to that game. My brother and I, you just saw my brother there, we ran out. It was one of my favourite footy days ever.
Princess Park.
Sorry to hijack your story. But it's a great memory.
Anyway, getting back to Tony Modra, and that was just his 25th game of league football when he kicked the 100.
It was so good. You got no idea how big that guy was. As was this man, Greg Williams. Is this not the best individual game, perhaps, or one of we've ever seen? Now, unfortunately, there's not a whole heap of vision from this, but I can tell you 53 disposals, Damo, and he kicked 6 goals. So let's break that down. 25 kicks, 28 handballs, 6 goals, 1 in round number 19 of 1989. What a player.
I had to laugh, Kano, the other day. He was quoted about Nick Dacos. He said, he's good. He's very good, but he wasn't getting tagged like I was.
We talked about at school, Brody, when we catch up with him and Juddy, and he says, if I had your pace, I would have won about 6 or 7 dollars. Hey, from the good, though, the Diesel Williams was to the bad, also in a round 19 moment, this one being 2011. The margin by the time the final siren went on this game against the Cats at the Cattery was 186 points. Carnage ensued. There was a decision made by the football club to remove the coach, Dean Bailey. The CEO, Cameron Schwab, held on, but change was afoot, and it was one of the very, very low moments that any football club has ever experienced when you look at the final scoreline there when the siren sounds, and that's the ugliness of that particular day for a lot of people at Melbourne.
Let's head back to 2016. Brent Harvey breaks the all-time record, 427 games. He went on to do 432, and his son's actually playing at the moment in the North Melbourne side. Absolutely fantastic. Pendles is at 374. He's the closest current player, but 427 games. What a record. And he didn't lose any of that pace. And I know, Kane, you said he was one of the hardest players to tag. Not the only record. He broke the record when Future Stars went off air as well. So it was going so well, Boomer. What a player he was.
And we also saw a mark and a goal of the year virtually with Jamie Elliott starting that. What a goal this was. You know, I couldn't believe it. The kick in from full-back. And Jamie's become the clutch man, hasn't he? He just does not miss. He's a big moments player. Arguably Collingwood's most important forward now, going into a huge final series. And this was Jack Higgins.
Oh.
He got goal of the year for this one. Yeah. Thought through it really well, Jack Higgins. And
he threw it to himself.
He threw it to himself. Damo, you
and Richmond supporters hate it when we say that, but I say it complimentarily because there was no other way you could have kicked that goal, but it was a technical throw.
Hey, also very complimentary is this, because Lordo puts this together. Right, Lordo actually does the run sheet for this, and he's included this one from 1996. This is the young man himself. This is against the Adelaide Crows, as you can see.
Oh.
Now, he had 30 touches this day, Matthew. 30 touches. How many goals? 7 is the answer.
Yeah.
And you also picked up your first Brownlow votes. It was a day out, wasn't it?
Well, it's yeah, my first is breakout game, TJ, where you're not sure whether you're ever going to be good enough.
What's with the glove?
I came back from a broken hand, a broken thumb. Sorry.
Didn't affect your ball drop.
Nah, so thanks, TJ, for putting that in. Appreciate it. No, I appreciate. Thank you, thank you. Everyone normally says I'm putting that in, but I didn't know about that one.
So you didn't word him up?
I didn't word him up.
No, he didn't know. Although it has been on the rundown for 5 days, but it's in there. But no, it should be highlighted, and there were plenty of highlights to come out of it, Matthew.
Thank you.